I love Mike Tyson. As much as someone who has never met another human being can love someone, I love Mike Tyson. That's the end of it. At the end of the day, all you need to know is that I love Mike Tyson. And anything that I say about Mike Tyson is out of love. That's what you need to know also. With that being said, the question is, why is it so difficult for us to discuss how to guide correct people's emotional expressions, particularly black men, from my own experience, without discouraging them from expressing themselves at all? How can we create a space where black men feel safe to express their emotions, make mistakes, and learn healthy ways to communicate without facing criticism or being reprimanded for their early missteps? I wrote that all out. I had to make sure I say it. I don't have a teleprompter. I'm not acting like this is a news broadcast. This is my version of crowd work. I'm not going to a comedy club and stand on stage and do a Q&A and talk to the crowd until I say something funny. That is a waste of my time and your time. It's cute parlor trick. I like it when it works and it's not forced, but I'm not going to build an act on hoping that I point to the right person and they give me something to go off of. It's a skill. Not everyone can do it, but everyone's trying to do it. That right there is a problem within itself. I call it the Steph Curry effect. Because of Steph Curry, the league shoots more three-pointers because Steph Curry has made shooting three-pointers look like it's easy when it's not. So everybody is chucking up threes. It's arena football with basketball involved. There's no defense, all offense. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me. I love Mike Tyson. And what I'm about to say and what I'm going to use to support what I'm about to say, hopefully it will make people not feel like I have an issue with Mike Tyson. I live in a world that can only be considered a Black Mirror episode because the world is so unserious. Everybody is unserious. But you want to be taken serious about being unserious because you think your unseriousness is serious. And it's not that serious. Mike Tyson is going to fight Jake Paul in a match, whether it's exhibition, whether it's actual title on the line, whether it's for shits and giggles, whether it's for charity, which I don't think it is, whether it's for a showcasing, whatever it may be. At the end of the day, it's about money and entertainment, and it's also extremely, extremely distracting. Jake Paul does not deserve the right or the opportunity to face Mike Tyson in any facet. Charity, exhibition, because it is a Make-A-Wish Foundation dream come true of Jake Paul to be able to square up against Mike Tyson. You should have to earn the right to fight Mike Tyson. You should have had to go through a series of opponents that leads you up to the final boss in boxing. But you're also facing a Mike Tyson that's 57, 58 years old. He's not 28-year-old, 22-year-old Mike Tyson that boxers used to fear stepping into the ring with. You still fear stepping into the ring with Mike Tyson. You fear standing next to Mike Tyson because you don't know what Mike Tyson you're going to get. But at the end of the day, Jake Paul should not be, and this is why I say we're so unserious, the accomplishments that Mike Tyson has under his belt. If there's a Hall of Fame for people who have done amazing things with little to nothing, he's in that Hall of Fame of people who have accomplished a lot with nothing. Fact, the greatest Nintendo game of all time outside of probably Super Mario Brothers, maybe Metroid, is Mike Tyson Punch-Out. Some people may say Techno Bowl, but that's Mike Tyson Punch-Out, the greatest Nintendo game of all time. Everybody wanted that game. Everybody had the code to get you directly to Mike Tyson, so you didn't have to fight the bums and the difficult ones that would make it where you could not get to Mike Tyson. Soda Pop Paginski, King Hippo, the Tiger guy. What's the Tiger guy's name? Hold on. What's the Tiger guy's name? Where's the photos on this thing? Where's the Tiger guy? I'm gonna give you a list of everybody that you. King Hippo, very difficult to beat until you figure out the thing. The Great Tiger, spinning around, and then he do that thing. Ball Bull charging at you at the end. Soda Pop, Mr. Sandman was difficult. Macho Man was difficult. Piston Honda, you fought twice. But if you didn't beat Glass Joe or Von Kaiser at the very beginning, just turn the game off and go play Tetris. Go play Mario Kart. Mike Tyson Punch-Out, arguably the most famous Nintendo game ever. Then you had Mike Tyson boxing gloves, Mike Tyson punching bags, everything merchandise. Mike Tyson scribbled all over it. Everybody went home when Mike Tyson fought. You wanted to sit in front of the TV to watch Mike Tyson fight. You were like, this fight is only going to last maybe 30 seconds, maybe 90 seconds. Lucky if he get out of the first round, but you were there for it because you wanted to see Mike Tyson annihilate somebody. Then he had bad stuff happen, and then he reinvented himself. Everybody wants to hang out with Mike Tyson. He's in The Hangover. He's in movies. He got crazy, iconic tattoos. He's been in therapy. He's a griot now. He's telling stories. He's done a Broadway play. I believe that was directed by Spike Lee. I could be wrong, but he did a play. Go watch it. He's telling jokes. He's able to formulate the sentences to get to the humor, to get to the grit, to the darkness, to the ups and the downs. It's amazing. And he should not be stepping into a ring in any capacity to face somebody who didn't earn it and they just wanted out of the sense of entitlement. Don't talk to me. Talk to your parents. They failed you. This is the worst form of entitlement. Then, if you want to add insult to injury, his brother, Logan, fought Mayweather. I don't care if you are not a fan of Floyd Mayweather, but Jesus Christ, man, the man's accomplishments in the ring should not be, the legacy of these men, in that legacy, there should not be a discussion of how they did an exhibition fight against two brothers or a guy who said, I want to do that and I should be allowed to do that and throw money at it to make it happen. Because now the goalpost is moved. The integrity is compromised. We are okay with Mike Tyson and Mayweather putting their legacy on the line. It's certain things you shouldn't do. Certain things Bill Russell wouldn't do. It's certain things Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won't do. It's certain things that Michael Jordan wouldn't do. It's certain things Muhammad Ali wouldn't do. It's certain things, certain people who take their legacy serious. But then Mike Tyson also has a thing about what's legacy. When I'm gone, nobody cares. Correct. He's right about that. He don't care about what people think about what he do. That's fine. But as someone who grew up idolizing his accomplishments, seeing another black man get the respect that a lot of black men would love to get without having to do the things that he has accomplished, you look up to that. You're like, man, Mike Tyson is incredible. He's from New York, foster homes, group homes, bad kid growing up, anger, still come out of it with something to show for it. You look to that for inspiration, right? But also you look at it like Mike Tyson now carries himself with a different energy of, I'm a man, respect other people, understand our differences. Things shouldn't be the way that they are. We don't care enough each other. There's lack of empathy. He's trying to get to the bottom of it. Got a podcast. Everybody wants to be on Mike Tyson podcast. Everybody wants Mike Tyson on their podcast. People want to have conversations with Mike Tyson. Either because you love Mike Tyson, fascinated by Mike Tyson, or trying to prod him into becoming a Neanderthal so you can record it and say, look, he's not who you think he is. I was able to get a rise out of him, and this is how he responded, right? Mike Tyson should not be fighting Jake Paul. Logan Paul should not have had the opportunity to fight Mayweather. Mayweather didn't need that money. And I'm not about speaking on what another man needs, but Mayweather didn't need that money. Just like Mike don't need this money. The money was thrown at it, and it's entertaining. Netflix capitalizes off of it. Hulu will probably do a documentary on it. Netflix will probably do a documentary on it. They'll be like, ooh, y'all fight again. No. No. This fight should not be happening. This is a Black Mirror episode. Me saying that I love Mike Tyson so much that I don't think Mike Tyson should fight Jake Paul was going to get scrutinized and torn apart by unserious people who believe that they are serious when they are not. Here's another example to give you. Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg. Please allow me to get through this thought. Snoop Dogg. When Kobe Bryant died in that helicopter crash, Snoop was upset. He was hurt because he loved Kobe. Look, this is a black man who loves another black man who wanted to express how much he loved a black man by wearing his jersey, memorials in his house, pictures, paintings, whatever. Kobe Bryant is plastered all over Los Angeles. All over Los Angeles. Everywhere you go, there is a building that has Kobe and his daughter on it, or Kobe by himself, or Nipsey Hussle. Those are the two that you find everywhere out here. I don't care what neighborhood you go to, black, white, Latino, Romanian, whatever. Somebody got a Nipsey Hussle or Mike Tyson, Kobe Bryant memorial somewhere. Because they're also Lakers fans. When Kobe died, the first thing that happened that I think was unnecessary is when Gayle King came out and had to bring up the stuff that Kobe had done in his past, right? Snoop didn't think that was necessary. I didn't think it was necessary. I think everybody could agree that that was just unnecessary. And it's a misuse of power to say, I'm just doing my job as a journalist to ask, but what do you think about the things that he had done that we had all gotten past as a part of his legacy? And Snoop got mad, and Snoop lashed out, and he referred to Gayle King as a dog-faced bitch. And then was forced to apologize, was scrutinized, chastised, reprimanded, probably threatened by endorsements saying we're going to take them endorsements away if you don't apologize. I don't think Snoop cares. I've met Snoop. I don't think he cares. I think the people around him probably cares because Snoop is, wait for it, the most famous rapper of all time. The most famous rapper of all time is Snoop Dogg. Argue with your mother. He represented America in the Olympics. He represents, he's everywhere. When I say everybody knows who Snoop Dogg is, third world country people know who Snoop Dogg is, knows who Snoop Dogg is. No, I said the most famous, known. We came for Snoop. We chastised Snoop. I think someone said something about they reached out to Snoop's mom to get him to apologize. Whatever they did. Instead of saying, yo, you wrong for what you said about Gayle, we should have been like, yo, is there a better way for you to express how you feel about Kobe's death, the grief you're going through, without having to call this woman out of her name? I'm not making an argument. I'm not saying what he did was right. But Snoop is also famous for being an ambassador for dogs that look like Doberman. For a man who has morphed himself into a dog at some point in a video, to be able to refer to another human being as a dog means I can see what dog you could look like because I speak dog fluently. I understand that this is a very obtuse point that I'm making, but the point I'm making is for a guy who looks like a dog or is okay with saying he looks like a dog to say to another person, you look like a dog too, that's fair. Probably not use the B word, but it's fair. And that's absurd. That right there, that comment right there will just make everybody be like, oh, well, we was on board until he did this. Somebody's going to be in their feelings in the comments. Do your thing. At the end of the day, this is a Black Mirror episode. This is another symbol of us having the equity and our accomplishments belittled, trivialized, and diminished because we want to be entertained by the fact that Mike Tyson, who is iconic, is going to fight a guy who is an internet sensation, and his entitlement and his what he's done makes him feel like he deserves the opportunity to stand in the ring with someone as historical as Mike Tyson, right? As Mike Tyson. And I'm saying that I love Mike Tyson enough to say I think it's a disservice to him. It's a disservice to the culture. It's a disservice to boxing. It's a disservice to people who actually want to see authentic competitive boxing with integrity. This is not integrity. This is not integrity. These two brothers get to fight the number one and number two boxers in the world in their field. Because look, let's be honest. Nobody really wants to step in the ring with Mike Tyson. You think you do, but you don't until you do it, and then you're like, I wish I had never agreed to this. It's Mike Tyson. We've had pay-per-view fights that we paid $49, $59, $69, $79 to watch a fight that would last 90 seconds. Mike would just come in the room and he would come into the ring and Tasmanian devil, blah, 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 and then tell you, I'm a killer, I'm an animal, I'll eat his face, I'll rip his arms off. They trained him. And then they didn't deprogram him and they sent him out into the world and expected him to not continue to do what they do, like the military. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is I love Mike Tyson. I played Mike Tyson Punch Out. If you gave me Mike Tyson Punch Out right now to play, I would play it as if I've never played it before. Eyes light up. I don't even remember the code. But it's Mike Tyson. This is very unserious. This is a Black Mirror episode. This is a prime example of why we are where we are in the world today. This fight is an example of why things are the way they are, why we don't take anything serious, why we are in the situations that we are in, because we can justify our bullshit by saying it's just fun, it's money, it's entertainment. At what point do we say everything shouldn't be entertained, everything shouldn't be put on display to be used as some form of entertainment? Some things should be sacred. Mike Tyson's legacy as a boxer should be considered sacred. Floyd Mayweather's career as a boxer should be considered sacred, to where the idea of doing this Make-A-Wish Foundation event come true should not be allowed to be discussed. There's certain things that should not allow to be discussed, like remaking Trading Places should not be a discussion. We should never ever remake Trading Places, ever, ever. Anything Eddie Murphy has ever done that is original should never be done again. Just like I don't think no one should play Malcolm X because Denzel, what? If there was a coliseum where you hung up people's jerseys because they played a character so well that no one else can play it ever again, there should be somewhere in a coliseum or a gym with in the Raptors, there should be a jersey with Denzel Washington played Malcolm X. No one else can play that character again. Retired. Done. 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 Heath Ledger as Joker. Raise it to the top. Should never be done again. Ever. Never. Ever. So, what we want to understand is, and what I tried to do was, find the truth, find the answer Find a way to be for society, for people to be okay with the fact that I love Mike Tyson. I do not love Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul because I believe it's is a disservice to his legacy. It's a disservice to what he created. Jake Paul doesn't deserve it. The audience that's rooting for this to happen doesn't deserve to see Mike Tyson. Because if you saw Mike Tyson growing up, you wouldn't want to see what you are about to entertain. Same thing with Logan Paul. If you had seen Mayweather's career over the years, you would have been like, I don't even want to see that. That's like seeing your favorite rapper try to come out of retirement to do a whole album. It's like, I don't want to see that. Because a young rapper is like, I want to get Coogee Rap out of retirement and do an album. No, you don't deserve to rap with Coogee Rap. You don't deserve to rap with you don't deserve to rap with Nas. You don't deserve to get a beat from Premier. You don't deserve to get a beat from Just Blaze. You don't deserve to get a beat from uh, Dr. Dre. You don't deserve to get beats from somebody because you got money to pay somebody to make a beat for you. You don't deserve to get to rap with Kanye because he's your favorite rapper. Denzel's my favorite actor, but I don't deserve to do a movie with Denzel because that's what I want. I love Mike Tyson.